Hey y'all, welcome to Robin on the Farm. Today I'm making a loaf of antique white bread, and I'm gonna make it in my bread machine. This might very well become your new favorite bread machine recipe. This is such a good, classic, fluffy, soft white bread, and it's so simple to make. So let's just get started on the recipe. I'm gonna make a 2-pound loaf, but I'll also include the recipes for a 1.5-pound loaf and a 1-pound loaf down in the description. I'll have a recipe that you can click and print and share, and if you want to share this, that would be so appreciated. But let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to start with 1.5 cups of hot water, warm to hot. You want it to be about 110 degrees. Just think of nice, warm, comfortable bath water. So throw that into your bread machine pan. Next, we want 1/4 cup of oil. I'm using this light olive oil. You can use coconut oil, sunflower oil, whatever oil you want. Or you can use 1/4 cup of melted butter. But the oil is really gonna give you a moister bread. So I'm using 1/4 cup of oil. Just throw that right on in there with your water. Next, we want 1.5 teaspoons of salt. I'm using this North American ancient sea salt. You can use plain old white table salt. But you want 1.5 teaspoons. I did always say, don't pour it over your bread pan. You might have a mess and you might have really salty bread if you do that. So 1.5 teaspoons of salt. Put that right on in there. And our next ingredient is sugar. I'm gonna use 1/4 cup of white sugar. You can also use 1/4 cup of honey or maple syrup if you'd rather, but I'm gonna use 1/4 cup of white sugar. Sometimes it's just easier to get out the sugar than deal with messy honey. But I do like bread with honey in it. Next, we want 4 cups of flour. Now you can use all-purpose flour or you can use bread flour. I have made this recipe several times both ways, and I prefer bread flour. I think you just get a little bit better rise and texture and chew, but the all-purpose flour is really good too. So use what you have. 4 cups of flour. Let's put that right on into your bread pan. And our very last ingredient is yeast. So we want 2 teaspoons of active dry yeast. You can also use instant yeast or bread machine yeast. It's all about the same these days. So I'm just gonna use 2 teaspoons of this active dry yeast. I always keep my yeast in the freezer and I get it out right in time to make bread. I don't let it come to room temperature or anything like that. And if you do that, your yeast is gonna stay good way past the expiration date. So that's what I recommend. I buy it in bulk because I use so much yeast, and I just keep it in my freezer and it's good forever. So now that I have all of my ingredients in my bread pan and my bread machine, I'm gonna go ahead and throw it into the bread machine. This is my Zojirushi bread machine. I love this. It has the double paddles, it's quiet, it has a really strong motor. It's a great bread machine. But for years and years and years, I'm talking 20 plus years, I just used thrift store bread machines and they worked great. So there's no shame in a thrift store bread machine. Use what you want and what you can. But if you're in the market for a new bread machine, I love this Zojirushi. I love it. Okay, I'm gonna set this just to a basic white cycle and press start. I always like light crust, but you can choose if you like light, medium, or dark. Most bread machines will have a selection for that, but I always go light. I just like my bread like that. But this is gonna take about 3 hours. I'm gonna let my bread machine do the whole thing. In just a couple minutes, I'm gonna check on my ball of dough and make sure that it's not too wet and not too dry, and I will show you what it should look like then. That is the most important part of using your bread machine to make bread. You have to make sure that your ball of dough looks good. So I will show you what it should look like in just a couple minutes after this kneads up just for a little bit. My bread has been kneading just for about 4 minutes, and this is what I like to do. I like to look in there and grab a rubber spatula and get all of that extra flour off of the sides and let it incorporate really well in there. Now I can tell that mine is a little bit wet. I can tell because see at the bottom how it's sticking a little bit. So I'm gonna add just a little bit more flour so that it's not sticking. See that right there, how it's sticking? I'm gonna add just a little bit of flour, maybe a tablespoon or 2, and just let it knead up for a couple more minutes, get all of that flour incorporated, And then I will look at it again and make sure it's not too wet or too dry. And then I will be able to let the bread machine do its thing. Okay, this is looking great. It's looking nice and smooth. As it keeps kneading, the ball of dough is gonna look even smoother, but it looks fantastic to me. It's not sticky, it's tacky, which is exactly what I want. It's not too dry, it's not too wet. Now I know that I can just shut the door and this antique white bread is gonna turn out great. All right, it's been about 3 hours and our loaf of bread is done. Oh, look at that. There's our antique white bread. It looks beautiful. Time to get it out. Here is our beautiful loaf of antique white bread. The bread machine just finished and I'm gonna go ahead and get this out of the loaf pan. I like the texture, the crust, everything better when I get it out right away. Look at that, doesn't that look nice? Great golden color, oh, looks so good. Okay, this is what I like to do. I like to take a pat of butter and rub it all over the crust. That'll give you a really good buttery crust. It's gonna taste really good. It gives you that pretty shine. And it just gives you softer crust, which I like. And once I butter up the crust, I just cover my bread with a tea towel. And this warmth and condensation will give me just a nice soft crust, which I like. If you like crunchy, crustier crust, go ahead and put it on a cooling rack. But this is how I like it. Normally, I would let this cool for a little bit because you should let your bread cool completely before you slice it to get the best crumb and everything like that. But this is nice warm bread and I want to eat nice warm bread. So I'm going to go ahead and just cut into this. This looks so good. I wish that y'all could smell it because it smells divine. It smells so good. Look at that. That is a pretty crumb. Let me cut a little bit more. Now I should let it cool all the way before I cut it, but who does that? I don't do that. I love to eat nice hot bread fresh out of the oven or the bread machine. But look how good that looks. Doesn't this bread look good? So this is our antique white bread. I made it completely in the bread machine today. I will leave the recipe down in the description that you can print, you can share it. Oh, I gotta take a bite of this. Yes, so good, so good. Look at this beautiful crumb and crust. Oh, look at that, it's soft, it's fluffy, it's great. Be sure to try this bread. This might be your new favorite bread machine recipe. I will see you next time on Robin on the Farm.
Robin's in the kitchen, dough beneath her hands, wheat from the fields and eggs from her land. Sunlight through the window, a warm golden glow. She's working hard to make that dough.